Nerds Talking, the podcast.
Yo, we talk about lightsabers, stunning your TV screens, what you want to stream, everything beyond your dreams. Want to talk about movies, sports, or even politics? Go ahead and tune into us. We'll give you all of it. Whatever you're debating, Xbox or PlayStation, Marvel or DC, Mac or PC. Teraflops when the movie drops, gigabytes, chips, RAM, no matter what it is, we got all of it. Welcome to the show.
Nerds Talking, the podcast.
Welcome to Nerds Talking, the podcast. I'm here with Carlos Lower and I'm Lafayette. Last time on Nerds Talking, the podcast, we talk about movies. Guess what? We'll do it again this week. So, welcome.
What?
I know. Real quick, box office. Captain America won the box office. And I don't know if any of you guys watch it. Anybody? No?
I have not.
yet.
Wow.
I have an interest in going to see it, but no time.
I like how you just have an interest in
I mean, honestly, that's saying something anymore. Is I have a
Anymore?
vague interest.
I have an interest in a lot of things.
it did 90 million essentially and 170 worldwide. So
That bad?
but
I genuinely have no.
Paddington, Peru did 13 million. So there you go.
30 or
Yeah.
13?
13.
For a
The
bear,
number
that's
after
pretty good.
12.
That's pretty good.
Wait, and then Captain America, you said got 8?
90 million.
90. Oh, well, then
90
it was doing good.
million.
Sorry, I wasn't following.
That's a good opening weekend for a shitty movie.
Yeah.
It's a good opening weekend. I did see it and wow, just wasn't it, but it's okay. The only movie really coming out this weekend is The Monkey. It's a horror movie based on a short by Stephen King.
Yes,
Yes,
it's
what's it
pretty
called?
entertaining
It looks a lot of
looking.
fun. Yeah, it's called The Monkey. It's about a monkey toy. You know the monkey toy that just bangs the two
Yeah, I
Symbols?
believe that one is from 4 Past Midnight, but no, it has to
No,
The
it's
big
be. Well,
eyes.
full,
um,
no,
That was in Poltergeist.
It wasn't Poltergeist, yeah.
not Full Dark, No Stars. That's too. It's one of his classic
Yeah,
anthologies.
Half Past Dinner.
No,
I just made that up. I don't
I
know.
read it. I read it, and then I also, as soon as I saw that trailer, I was like, because it made me think of a Mystery Science Theater episode
Give them
that
Mystery
was
Science.
basically this same movie. I don't remember where or when or how or who wrote it, but yeah. Or no, maybe it was a Tales from the Crypt episode.
Oh,
We used to
Tales from the
watch
Crypt.
them all. Me and my friends used to watch them all at the same time. So now I have to investigate.
Yeah, so just The Monkey is out pretty much. That's the big movie for the weekend. So check out The Monkey. I don't think there's anything else. I think it's just that. So that's going to be what did I say, big release? Captain America's probably still going to be the one everybody watches. But you know, Captain America, great plot, horribly written, really bad acting. And they constantly have to remind you that he's Captain America. Like they have to like throw it out there because you don't
Because
ever
you're
believe
dumb.
it.
You're American. You're dumb.
Yeah, but you don't believe it because you know he's Falcon. You know he's been his sidekick. So you're kind of like, you're not Captain America. We know who Captain America is. Don't play me for no fool. And they have to do the old trope of, well, if I walk around everywhere with my shield, I'm clearly Captain America because I have a shield with me. And it's a direct sequel to The Incredible Hulk that came out 16 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So,
Interesting.
yeah, the one with Ed Norton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. That's a
And,
bold take, taking it back to the very beginning. I feel bad for Anthony Mackie in the sense of, I don't know how the movie is. I haven't seen it. I watched that series and I didn't really care for it.
What
Not-
series? Oh, talking about Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Not because of his performance at all, but because of the storyline and how it didn't really make sense to me. And I found myself yelling at the screen most of the time. But I
Interactive
feel-
show.
I feel bad for Anthony Mackie because he is the first guy to try to step into the role of
A prominent,
another.
exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm, exactly.
And I'm like, oh man, that's a tough gig, but I'm sure he's
Mhm.
getting paid out the nose for it. So good for you, Anthony. I applaud you.
well, in the comics, he's out of the original Avengers, he is the only one where someone steps into the role because in the comics he's Captain America. Sam
Mhm.
Wilson is Captain America, but Captain America still exists. So there's two Captain Americas. But
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah, but you're right about that. Like when I was watching it, I thought, we know you're not Captain America. We know you're not. To the point where they had to have a 5-minute cameo of Bucky visiting him.
Confirming.
Yeah, no, seriously, to
No, you're
confirm.
Captain
Yeah, yeah,
America
yeah.
now, guy. Okay, all
Yeah,
right. All
about
right,
an
cool.
hour in, he's like, I don't know if I can do this, Buck. You sure Steve made the right decision? Steve thought you're the right guy for the job. You are Captain. You got
Yeah,
the
I thought
shield.
we already did that all in the
Right? And it's
the Winter Soldier and
yeah.
Captain America show.
And this movie was filmed like 3 years ago. And it had to keep doing reshoot after reshoot, add
Wow.
scenes and add that. Because I heard every screening was like, this movie sucks.
You know what you need?
Mm.
Chris Evans. That's what you need.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
the reason why.
Oh,
I
man.
mean, my motives are maybe slightly different than, the majority of viewers, but
But no, it's not. It's just, it's not. First of all, they introduced a new Black Widow type person that trained as one of the widows. She's like 4 foot tall. She looks like a munchkin.
the
She
replacement.
she even sounded like a munchkin like this. And
She's got a nasally voice.
oh
That's
yeah, and she's
unfortunate.
bad. She's a bad actress. And then they put the person that's supposed to be the head of Secret Service for the president, played by Harrison Ford. The Secret Service, she's a really bad actress also. She's not good.
Mm.
It's just so much bad acting going around with a bad script. And the point of the movie, do you remember Eternals? I don't know if you do.
Yes.
So you remember the big celestial stuck in the Indian
Yeah.
Ocean that no one
Yeah.
explained for like 7 movies?
Yes.
This was to explain that. The whole movie was set
Oh,
up to
jeez.
explain what that is.
Oh,
They call it
fucking hell.
they call it Celestial Island. And Harrison Ford wants to have a coalition of nations where they can go in and basically take it apart and take all the technology from it. And that's what
Uh-huh.
he's trying to do. And what it is it's adamantium. It's what Wolverine's claws
Yeah,
are
yeah,
made out
yeah.
of. That's the plot of the movie. And then the bad guy in the background is the guy from the Incredible Hulk. At the end of the movie, it's a Tim Blake Nelson. If you remember Incredible Hulk, when he's trying to help Bruce,
The leader.
the gamma blood from the Hulk goes into his brain because he cracks his skull. I don't know if you remember that part.
No, I don't.
Yes.
And
I
then his-
do love Tim Blake Nelson, though. He is.
Yeah, he's
fabulous.
so bad in this movie. And then
I don't believe it.
so the
I don't believe it
leaders.
either. I think Lafayette just doesn't like a black Captain America, but continue.
No, this is about Tim Blake Nelson, not about.
I know, but still, you're just blaming everybody for acting skills. Tim Blake Nelson's damn good.
No, he's
Yeah,
not.
I've
This
I've
movie's
never
bad.
seen
This
I've
movie's
never
bad.
seen him bad.
No,
I mean,
no,
the
no,
movie
no.
can be bad, and
The
he
movie's
still
bad.
does a good
The
job.
problem
with it.
is he doesn't act bad. It's poorly written. The bad
there you,
actors.
there you go.
The
That's
bad
the difference.
actors. There's bad acting though in this movie. It's so bad. Harrison Ford's not even good in this movie. And then
Harrison Ford writes a lot. He phones a lot of shit in.
he kind of felt like he did that with
At
this
his
one.
age, for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah. He definitely looked like he did with this one. But so essentially, the president has him locked up in a secret like prison, so he can create weapons for the government, the leader.
Classic
And-
superhero, supervillain shit.
Yeah. But also, the president has a heart condition, and since the leader's so smart, he knows if you take these 3 pills every day, you'll never have a problem.
Mm.
But what he's not noticing is he's actually taking gamma pills, what turns him into the Red Hulk. He doesn't know that though this whole time.
But is the doctor doing it on purpose?
Yeah, he's doing it on purpose so he can
Got it.
control him. Yeah,
Got it.
yeah.
Is it
And
the
The
leader or his
president
doctor?
is the
the
Red
leader,
Hulk.
the leader is his president.
Oh, the leader is his
is his
doctor.
doctor. Yeah,
Got it.
yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
who's the president? Who's turning into Red Hulk?
Harrison Ford is the president, who is the Red Hulk, who is General
Oh,
Ross,
president of this coalition.
president of the country, United States.
Oh,
yeah.
the president is the Red Hulk.
Yeah, get off
What do you
my
think you were? Just the
plane.
president of the Avengers fan club or something?
Yeah.
I'm like president of the company. What company?
Yeah. So he's the president of the United States trying to form a coalition with Japan and India and so forth.
And so the U.S. president turns into the Red
Yeah.
Hulk.
Turn into the Red Hulk. Yep.
Seems a little
Yep.
thinly veiled.
Well, the plot the plot is decent. It's just like I said, it's a poorly written movie.
Red Hulk or Orange Monkey? Which would you prefer?
Yeah, exactly. That's
And And
Out of control, temperamental,
again, it just felt like we need to make a movie to explain the celestial in the ocean, and that's what we need to do. And then the end credit scene was so bad, it was so stupid because everybody
What
expects
is
it
it?
to lead to something else.
Don't spoil it. I don't
They
want
No,
usually
no,
do.
it's
What is
nothing.
it?
I'll tell you, it's nothing anyway. Sam Wilson visits the leader, Tim Blake Nelson, in his supermax prison, and he basically tells him, "You thought you're gonna get away with it, huh?" And he tells Sam Wilson, "You don't know what's coming. I know what's coming next. It's bigger than you and any of the Avengers, and you're not gonna know how to prepare for it." And he's like, "Well, you gonna tell me?" No. That's it. That's all. I'm
There are
like,
two
wait,
scenes or one?
just one. And you have to wait
What I
for all
want to
the
know is
credits,
how does he
all the
know who
fucking
the
credits for it.
Avengers are? If he's in prison since the Hulk movie, the Avengers were not around at that time.
Well,
It
no,
wasn't until the end of the Hulk movie that Ross.
but he's in a control prison. Like he has his own laboratory. Like he's doing all
No,
this
he's
stuff for
up
the
on
government.
current events. He might
Yeah,
not be
yeah,
out
exactly. He's
there,
up
but
on
he's
current
up.
events. Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah,
do
yeah.
get newspapers in prison,
Nah,
Carlos.
how about Morse code? Everything's done through Morse code.
Beep, beep,
Yeah,
beep,
yeah, yeah. So,
beep, beep. That's a
and
good
and
skill.
if you don't know the leader in the comics, his head is like 3 times the size, or his brain is. Well, they didn't do that. They just made it so his brain looked like it was kind of popping out of his flesh. And he was in the comics, he's all green because he's supposed to be like the Hulk. And he doesn't look green. He looks like a sick like green tomato.
Fried
Yeah,
green
yeah,
tomato.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what he looks like. And I don't know. It's just yeah. No, it's not it. It's not it. And again, because you know who Steve Rogers is, you're like, yeah, you're Captain America light.
And I like Falcon. So I don't know. Maybe they should have just
I
kept
think
going with
it's
Falcon as his own Avenger
yeah.
rather than
That's what I think.
assuming the mantle.
Yeah, he should have been Falcon. Yeah, I think what throws it off is that you know he's Falcon. He still has the wings. He's still flying around. So you're like, "Yeah, that's not Captain America.
Yeah, and he
That's not.
doesn't have the serum.
Well, he brings that up because Bucky. He tells Bucky in his 5 minute cameo, "I should have took the serum," and he's like, "No, you don't need to. You're different. You're better than that." Da 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 da. And he's like, "Okay."
Doesn't Bucky have the serum? The
He
Yeah.
Russian
does.
version of
Yeah,
it?
yeah, he does. And then
He has the bad guy version. I'm
at the
kidding.
end when he's fighting the Hulk, he's like, "I should have fucking took the serum, Bucky." Like he tells himself that because he's getting his ass beat.
I don't think it matters against the Hulk. I think even Chris would have gotten his ass beat.
Well, here's the
Chris.
thing.
I'm sorry, Steve.
You saw the
Not-
poster. The poster's the Hulk punching the shield, right?
Yeah.
Well, the shield, how's the
Yeah.
shield holding the Hulk back?
Yeah. Well,
It's
no,
vibranium,
the
isn't it?
yeah, it's vibranium.
No, no,
It can't
but
be
what-
broken.
No. The person behind the shield is the one that has to have the force to hold the power of the Hulk, not the
That's
shield
like
itself.
actual question of like physics and how real life
Well, I'm
works.
just
Don't,
saying.
don't think about that. It's a fucking
Okay,
superhero.
all right. Another thing too, he throws the shield around like it's a boomerang, like
Wow.
everything.
That's what Steve always did.
But Steve did
Yeah.
that. That had to do with the serum as well. He can throw that
Yeah.
heavy ass shield around.
That's fair. Well, no, not that it was heavy ass, is that he knew exactly how it would come back to
He
him
did too. He
and
knew
when
that too.
and where and like all that
Yeah,
different
yeah,
kind of. All right, that tracks. All right.
Anyway,
That's a valid complaint.
I would give it like a 2 out of 5. It's like,
I'll be the judge of
You
that.
set all that up to tell us that
Dot
there's
in months when I finally see it.
and let's be honest, if you're gonna set up something that has to do with Wolverine, because that's what it really does, why not at the end of the movie have General Stryker walk into some type of military base and go, "We can use that for my Weapon X
Or the
project,"
Weapon X.
and
yeah.
it ends right there, and you're like, "Oh, we're finally gonna get X-Men. We're finally gonna get Wolverine. Oh shit, okay, this is great." But no, we
they gotta
got
tease it out for another 10
we got
phases or
yeah.
whatever.
We got gibberish of I know what's coming. What is it? I'm not gonna tell you.
Well, the downside of the adamantium found on that island is Wolverine's already here, thanks to Deadpool.
You know, I don't think that they're gonna count that. I just don't.
I don't
think
so
they're gonna
either.
count
So
that at all.
Deadpool's not a part of this universe, then this timeline.
Is he
No.
in this timeline though? That's the thing. Is he in this timeline? I don't know.
The
Nobody
X-Men are
can keep
already
track
in this timeline.
anymore. I mean, Marvel has fucked themselves so hard with this multiverse shit.
I know. Wait, how was
Nobody
the X-Men,
knows what
how are the
timeline we're
X-Men in
in.
this timeline?
Deadpool, because of Deadpool.
I can't remember.
The
With
X-Men are in all the Deadpool movies.
Deadpool. Okay, but they're in Deadpool's universe.
Okay, but I know, but they don't really explain which universe he's in.
Well, he's in the Fox universe.
He's in the Sacred Timeline?
Yeah, I have
Is that the
no
line
idea.
that Chris Evans was, or the Captain America was in, the Avengers and the Infinity Stones and all that?
Well, what universe does
I
he
have no
end
idea.
up in? Doesn't he end up back in his own universe, the Fox universe?
He
Or
does,
he?
but they don't really explain if because he knows who Captain America is.
Well, yeah, he does know who Captain America is, which is,
Yeah, and he knows
but
who Thor is because
but
remember that
it's
Well, and he
scene?
all
interacts with the TVA, so
yeah,
he's
yeah,
definitely
yeah.
existing in that same universe.
Well, yeah, because remember when he's in the TVA, he sees all the action from the Avenger
Yep.
movies. He gets all giddy like a little kid.
Because he
Yeah.
knows about it.
But
Yeah.
it also always feels like he knows about movie universes. It doesn't feel like he knows. It's almost like he's seen the movies. You know what I mean? Because that's how they play it off. You know,
Well, then
like
what
like
about the scene with the where Thor's crying and holding him? Remember?
who knows? Well, it's just like when he saw Chris Evans, he thought it was Captain America. Then he felt like this is bullshit. I got the other version of Chris Evans. Like it's not like he got another version. Like it's like he knew it's Chris Evans. Like no, I don't want this version of this guy. Like it's I don't know. It's Deadpool. I can't take it serious. I can't take anything serious in Deadpool. It's just all there's Wolverine doesn't exist in the Marvel universe. It just I don't know. Who knows? They got to. I heard that Fantastic Four is only an hour and 35 minutes. Somebody explain that to me.
I think that's fantastic.
Four?
Ah.
More than enough.
I just, we need to get back to these short, punchy 90s timelines.
Oh, the Tango and
Right.
Cash style. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're right. I think for that movie, I could probably only stomach an hour and a half of the Fantastic Four. So you might be right. You might be
I'm
right.
just, not everyone has time for a 2.5 hour
Did
superhero
did you
movie.
see the Fantastic Four trailer?
No.
Oh my
It was fantastic.
God. Is it did not allow trailers in Missouri?
No,
What?
I don't spend much time on the internet anymore, honestly.
Hmm. Maybe.
I'm barely ever on YouTube, so I don't see
Oh,
things.
your life has changed
Yeah.
drastically. All right. Well, anyway, that's my enough. That's enough of my Captain America rant. He also has a sidekick too, a new Falcon. Just let you know.
Joaquin Torres.
That's right, Joaquin Torres. So he has a new Falcon. Yeah. Oh, and Sidewinder played by who's the guy from Breaking Bad? Giancarlo Esposito.
Oh yeah. Yep, Giancarlo Esposito.
Esposito. There you go. He's a Sidewinder. He was actually added to the film when they did all the reshoots. So. It's
Mm.
funny because you watch it, he does play a pretty like significant role in the plot, and I thought, what did they have here before the reshoots? Like
Oh, what character you mean?
just in general, like because he plays a pretty good like portion, like he sets up the movie in a sense at the beginning of the movie. He sets up the plot.
Mm.
So I'm like, what happened before they did the reshoots? Like, what was the story about? Like, because all you ever heard about, they would do like five different reshoots, and this movie got, really bad feedback when they showed it to people. Like, so I don't know. Anyway,
I don't know. I have a feeling that the Thunderbolts are going to be more fun than this movie.
oh, Century. Oh, that looks good. Yeah, Century. Oh, yeah, that looks good. I think so. I think Thunderbolts is going to be a lot of fun. So, again, how does it play in the big picture of things? I don't know. Thunderbolts is basically the Suicide Squad from Marvel. So, just we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, there we go. Did you watch Cobra Kai?
I did.
Oh, okay. And then did you watch Better Man after I told you about it?
I started watching it.
Okay,
Started
okay.
watching.
Um, then Laura looks like she went to the restroom. So, what have you watched that we can talk about? That's not Cobra Kai.
Oh, I started watching Invincible.
Oh, you're back on Invincible season 3. I think it's season
Yeah,
3. Okay, okay. And right. Well,
kind
good.
of bored.
It is kind of boring. It
Yeah.
is. It's kind of boring. Yeah, it's kind of boring.
I don't know if it's because the in between is just so much that you're like, I don't really care.
It's
I
too
want to
long of a
stick
break.
around.
Yeah.
Too long of a break.
Yeah.
And yeah. Anyway, and then Invincible's Mark Grayson just so far is just a dick every episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Like in one of the episodes, he asked his girlfriend if he's a good person, and I was like, "No, you're not. You're a shitty person."
Yeah. Yeah. If you have to ask people if you're a good person, you know
Then
you're
you're a
not a good
shitty person.
Yeah, you're a shitty person.
You know the answer. You
Yeah,
already
yeah,
know
yeah,
the
yeah.
answer.
No matter who it is, if it could be your
Yeah,
best friends, am I a good person? If you ask somebody that, you're not a good person. That's all.
that's right.
That's just how it goes. Like, you know the answer. Why'd you ask it? You're a
Yeah,
dick.
it's like, am I an alcoholic? Mm,
Yeah,
you
as
have
you're
to
holding
ask.
as you're holding a drink at the
As you're
bar.
holding, yeah, you're just finishing off the sixth,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
six
yeah, yeah.
pack. You're
No,
holding an empty
man.
ring in one hand and this
I say
empty
you have a
can in the
slight
other.
problem, but I blame it the work stress. We're good. Like what? Yeah, no, exactly.
I blame Anheuser-Busch. If they didn't make the beer,
That's
you wouldn't
right.
drink the
That's what I
beer.
say about people that speed. Well, I didn't make the car, but you made it fast enough for me to drive it that fast. So
That's right.
I'm gonna drive it that fast. How about you make the cars only as fast as the speed limit? Huh? How's that?
Don't encourage that, please.
Well, no, I mean you can't. You could, yeah, you couldn't do that because it messed the
Would
engine up.
travel be safer if it was that way?
I think the only way travel would ever be safer if all cars are automated and it worked 100%, like actually worked. That's it.
That's true. But
That that's
Agreed.
if they're on rails, probably be safer.
Well, you
well,
wouldn't have to
again,
drive it.
I'm thinking that I'm thinking more like perfect
Like
world
automated
scenario.
cars. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. But the reason we can't, if it's speed limit is 75, you can't make a car 75 because that engine would fucking blow out. That's why.
yeah. Huh? I drive 80 every day. What do you mean 75 is going to blow out?
No,
Yeah,
no,
what
no.
kind of
If your
car did
car,
you
I'm
drive?
saying, no, no, I'm saying if your car was only able to go to 75, you'd fucking run that thing into the ground because you're pushing it to the limit. That's what I'm trying to say. That's why cars aren't set at speed limits. They're set at 120, 130, like, because you blow that
No,
fucking
the
engine
engines
out.
are made to go that fast, but they don't actually go that. You don't actually
Yeah,
go that fast. Like
they
just
have
like
a
the
governor on it.
yeah, exactly.
No, no, what I'm saying is when Laura said don't encourage cars to only be made at 75 miles per hour, like that's their limit. That because you couldn't fucking do that. Your car would
Well, if
fuck
all
up.
cars were electronic and the companies set the speed limit,
Well, you know what? You're right. If they're electric cars, yeah, you could probably do that, no problem.
and then every time
No
they
problem.
change the speed limit and make it go higher, then the company can up the
That's
limit
right.
on your
You want
car.
people to control that aspect though? Oh.
Well, they already do. If you own a
No.
Tesla, they own your car. They control it. You don't
I
control your
don't own a
car.
Tesla.
No, I'm just saying, if whoever owns a Tesla.
Yeah, okay. Well, there you go. All right. Well, Laura is back, so it's time to dive
Sorry.
into Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai came back and finished season 6 finally. Good Lord.
And final season, right?
That's right. It's over. Now they're working on a spin-off before we jump into it. They want to do a spin-off of Hawk and the other guy, the tall,
Oh,
lanky
the
dude.
Caltech guys.
Yeah, and they want to do it to it's more like a buddy
Dimitri.
Dimitri, more like a buddy comedy. So that's what they're
That
kind of
sounds
thinking about. Yeah.
terrible.
I know it does sound terrible.
Please don't.
But Cobra Kai wrapped up. We had murder. Um, actually, we had a few murders. We also have
did have a
we
few
finally got grand champion. You'll never guess who won the tournament. You probably think you know, but you don't know. Like when I say guess, I'm talking about who won, like which fighters actually won the tournament.
Well,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, it was Cobra Kai. It was so much just wow. Okay, we'll start with Laura. Laura, why don't you tell us your thoughts on the final wrap up of possibly the greatest show YouTube ever made and then gave up on? Yeah.
I would say that that's definitely true. I like the ending. You know, it definitely had a nice round aspect to it. It ended in a good place, and yeah, I liked it. Of course, it was cheesy because it's fucking Cobra Kai. It's always hugely cheesy, and that's kind of part of the appeal. Uh, but my prevailing thought as I watched these last, I don't know, what was it, 6 episodes you said?
Yeah, it was
Uh,
6. Yeah. Mhm.
as I watched these last 6 episodes, I was like, God, if they would have taken this and put it about 2 seasons ago, it would have been a really good ending. Instead, we got a really bloated version of the show that twists and turns for absolutely
That just
pretty much
dragged it
no
on.
reason.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah, and but the ending I liked it. I just wish that it would have came about 2 seasons sooner.
Yeah, yeah. I think what really bloated it, besides bringing back old villains over and over,
Yeah.
was the Miyagi storyline. That's just
Yes, that entire
that's
thing
yeah,
was
the entire
dumb,
storyline. Yeah.
unnecessary, brought
Hmm.
nothing to the story whatsoever, no added
Nope.
dimension to it. And that was the entire sixth
Nope.
season. I don't even remember what the fifth season about, but I'm pretty sure I thought that was fucking dumb too.
Yeah, I mean, we did get more Mr. Miyagi this time though, more CGI Miyagi.
That was
So
weird
yeah, that
and
was weird.
not
It
well
looked pretty
done.
good though. I thought it looked good.
I thought he
I
did
didn't.
look good. I just thought, like, really, Daniel, really, like, good Lord, again, man. Um, what did you guys think about um the whole basically Cobra Kai turnaround at the end? What do you guys feel about that?
Loved it.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
The show is called Cobra Kai.
I know. That's what I
Like
liked
it's
about it was
so
that
it has to come back around,
yeah, you
you
thought
know?
Miyagi-Do was gonna win the whole thing. It was all
Yeah.
I thought the same thing too. And then I'm like, huh, okay. And then when she came back as what's her name? What's
Tori.
the what is it?
Tori.
Tori. She came back to represent Cobra Kai, all because Kreese. Because she goes like, yeah, he has a point. I ain't gonna give up. I'm gonna go represent Cobra Kai myself. And then when Miguel did it too, I was like, oh, we're right back to the OG Cobra Kai. There we go. The real
Yeah.
champ of the show.
It was,
Finally.
yeah, I really enjoyed that coming back
Yeah.
around. But really, what the fuck was up with Kreese? What happened? Like, of all this shit, this one loserly Cobra Kai guy who basically got himself stabbed at the Saikai Taikai. Like, and
First
that's
tournament
the
ever.
thing that makes him change his mind. Like, not all the people he almost murdered in the previous seasons or whatever, going to jail, all the different kind of stuff.
Nah,
It
nah.
I
was
was like,
Johnny's speech.
okay.
It was Johnny's
That was
speech.
probably the best part of the whole second act. I mean, the whole second
No, no,
season.
no, not
Johnny's
really.
speech. I thought so. That was a great speech.
Oh
Wait,
no.
where
Yeah.
was this? Which
The speech he gives
speech?
In
to
the
Kreese.
hallway where he's crying and telling him he
Oh,
loved him
that
and
was
looked him.
good.
That was
That was
good.
good. No, he changed his mind. Priest got all weepy and like,
In
I'm
Korea. Yeah,
changing
yeah,
my
yeah.
life in
Yeah,
Korea
it was in
well
Korea,
before
yeah.
that speech.
But what's funny is
So
that when the commenters who were the hosts of the TV hosts or whatever were like, "Oh, we couldn't get an interview with Cobra Kai sensei. We tried over." I'm like, "Yeah, because he's a wanted fugitive. Do you think he's gonna show up?
Well, he's also dead.
Huh?
it wasn't
No,
that.
that
I
was
don't think
oh,
that
before.
happened
It was
until later.
Oh,
before.
Yeah.
before. Got it. Okay. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, I'm
So
like, hey, he's a wanted fugitive, man. He
I
ain't
just
But
want to
coming.
know,
in
just
the
yeah.
last episode,
Mhm.
the Iron Dragon sensei was like, "Where's Sterling?" And I was like, "Oh,
Oh,
that'll
I
come
know.
back up later."
I
And
know.
later, I turned to my husband. I'm like, "What about where is Sterling?" And he's like, "He got blown
He
up."
got blown up
We
on a
watched
boat.
it on two separate nights. I was like, "Oh, ah, never
Yeah.
addressed. Just move
I
on."
know. You noticed that too? Nobody like whatever.
That
And the
was
fact,
it. Where's
yeah,
Sterling?
that's it.
Oh.
Where's Sterling? Yeah.
Nobody asked where Kreese was either, though.
No, I
No,
saw Kreese
nobody
died.
asked for Chris.
Kreese died. Yeah,
I
nobody
know
cared about
that, but
Kreese.
nobody asked about either one of them. Even at the very end when Johnny opened up his dojo. Hey,
Hmm.
where's Kreese?
Well, also even at the Saikai Taikai whatever, Cobra Kai had a whole representative. They're still in Korea training. They decided to duck out, but when Tori showed up by herself, they're like, "Wait, so who's your sensei or sensei?" Or well, but then it ended up being Johnny, right? Johnny
Yeah,
being yeah,
because he
Yeah.
was the OG.
because he is Cobra
He was
Kai.
her first sensei.
That's right. I thought the best scene though in the whole entire continuation this was the boardroom scene with the Saikai Tekai people.
Oh, that was dumb.
It's so dumb.
What a
It's,
waste of screen
it's
time,
so
but
stupid.
whatever.
And then he goes, "Let's settle this outside, like real fighters." And the black guy's like, "I don't know what you're talking about, but sure." And then he just knocks him out real quick and
Kicks him in the face.
kicks him in the face and knocks him out. And I'm like, that can't be legal. Like this can't be right. This and then I
It's the
love it.
Valley. It's karate.
Oh, that's the thing too. The whole valley
That was
thing.
the worst part.
Oh,
I
it
know.
was funny
Silver
because it was a
said,
throwback.
"We
It was
can
so
continue this tournament anywhere. I'll pay for it. Oh, let's bring it to the Valley. On All
I
Valley
know.
tournament. Really?
I
Again,
know.
bring
I
it
know.
all back around.
All back around to the valley. And then I like when they talk about the valley too, like this is where real karate takes place. And I'm
I
like,
like it because now it's like the joke of the
I
show
know,
is
I
this
know.
alternate universe where the karate
The
culture in the
world, yeah,
valley is just
is all in
rampant.
San Fernando Valley.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a
Yeah.
fun joke of the show.
And the
It's
Rocky
just
montage.
oh,
Oh
just
yeah.
everything about the second half was hilarious. But it ended really well though. It did. It ended really well. I thought it all had a good payoff. Cobra Kai's back in action. Johnny now has a business again, which is good for him. And yeah, and hopefully Daniel can finally let this shit go. But we know he can't because there's a movie coming up, so he can't let this shit go.
He's got a
But I don't
movie
think
coming
it
out?
has anything to do with Cobra Kai, so I think he let it go.
Well, I don't think it's gonna have any direct tie to the show, but I think it takes place after the show where he's not
Of
really.
course, but even his wife told him he can't stop being a sensei. It's in
I
his
know
blood.
she
It's in
she ended up telling him too, and then, but again, the preview for the movie's good only because we would talk this before. Jackie Chan shows up and he's like, "It's about Mr. Miyagi." He's like, "I don't know shit about Mr. Miyagi. I'm here for you." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Let's see where this goes." Because he's not a very good actor. Now he's gonna be on the big screen, so we'll see how this goes. You
He's
know,
really
so-
not a very
He's
good
not.
actor.
He's so
But
bad.
that's okay. It's,
So bad. But I don't understand.
bad acting is a hallmark of the Karate
What did you
Kid
think of
movies.
the laser tag making a comeback?
Oh fuck me.
My
That was-
husband could not let it go.
I-
Kept talking about it.
Oh,
That
when
was
I
a
saw
really
that.
dumb portion.
Did nobody?
Oh.
I guess they thought it's old enough. Nobody's gonna recognize it's a laser
Oh
tag.
no, they absolutely
Right
people
away.
would recognize it.
Right
If that
away.
is its target demographic, people our age.
Oh,
But what's
yeah.
funny about that training session is that Miguel should have been the one going up against Axel from the beginning because he knew all his moves apparently because the computer was telling him his moves in his head.
Yeah.
You know, in the headphones.
Yeah,
And,
why let Robbie guess 24/7?
right?
Right? Right? Yeah. But I'll tell you what though, Hawk and I always forget his name.
Dimitri.
Anyway, Demetrius, they're smart. They put that whole system together. So I
Yeah,
give it to 'em.
They put this
give it to
whole
'em.
like
Yeah.
AI thing. I was
Super-
like, this is so
Super
fucking
realistic AI too.
Oh,
Like
so dumb.
How did they even get that guy's image to look like him? That's just
Yeah,
Those
they're
guys are
just
good.
such
They were-
I
They're
want to
gonna- they
see
would go
that
to
show.
MIT
Like a,
and
like,
Caltech.
I
What
want
do
to
you
see like
think?
a 3-part special. Them just making that program overnight.
No
That's
thanks.
it.
Somebody will make it. Please take those words out of your mouth.
Anyway,
Oh,
Cobra Kai wrapped
Dimitri
up.
gets some tail at the
I'm just like,
arena.
on. Put some fucking perspective. You could get boned after. Jesus Christ.
No, he did it. He did it while he was putting his gi on.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
it should be. As it should be. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Wax
and they-
on, wax off.
yeah. And we got some cameos from just the people that really didn't get any roles the second half. They're just kind of real quick, like
Who are those
The-
guys at the bar?
the guys at the bar.
They're-
guys at
What's the
bar.
original Cobra Kai? That guy in the middle was.
That is
anyway.
okay. I was like, am I
yeah,
supposed
yeah,
to
yeah,
remember
yeah.
who these people
But I don't
are?
know who the fatter dude was. I don't think he was. Because they were all white guys, and that guy looked kind of Hispanic.
Yeah, I didn't know. I don't know. Who
And
cares?
then Elizabeth Berkley made an appearance.
I know. I was. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yes. Elizabeth
Who-
Berkley.
where was
She was the
the
palm
hippie
reader. Remember, like in
palm
Napa
reader.
Valley or wherever they were at.
The tarot cards. She did the
Yeah.
tarot
Remember,
cards.
she was reading Chosen tarot
Chosen's
cards.
blind date.
Oh, yeah.
And then
yeah,
Chosen
yeah,
was
yeah.
like, "I don't like you." Then they started talking about
Yeah.
Storage
Reality shows.
Wars or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, now we're best friends."
Chosen is the best. He was.
Yeah.
He's,
Well, Chosen got his lady at the end, so
yeah,
That
he
was funny. He just showed up. She's like, "Oh, you're here."
He's like,
right
"Hey."
away
Cool.
too.
Oh, by the way, I
right
killed
away.
my grandfather.
I know.
I
I know.
didn't know that.
And he's
You
like,
know,
I don't
Chosen is
care.
morally flexible. I don't think he would care. He would understand.
Yeah, Chosen was.
And she can't say she did it in self-defense because she attacked the old man first.
Oh yeah, when he was sleeping, kill that motherfucker. Yeah, kill that old man. Yeah. So it stayed true to itself. Goofy as hell.
Mm.
I can't even give it a score. I mean, it's just too much
It's
fun.
off the charts, man.
Every season was just ridiculously fun and stupid. And
Yeah. Agreed.
But Silver
Yeah.
was right at the end. Daniel spent all these years trying to fight Cobra Kai, and Cobra Kai wins at the end.
they do win in the end. And when Silver showed up to his house, it was like, I'm just here for business. I would have been like, yeah, fuck, whatever, man. What do you want to do? You want to still run this tournament? I don't give a shit, man. It's your money. I'll just show up. Like, I don't care at this point. Like, how about Mercedes LaRusso sponsors it, whatever we are, Lexus. I don't care anymore, man.
But
I'm
Chris
over
did
this.
Silver a favor, though.
What do you
In
mean,
what?
Mike?
Because Silver was dying of cancer anyway, so it just put
I
him out of
know.
his misery faster.
Oh,
True.
yeah, he was dying of cancer. Yeah, I know. And
Yeah.
he was still hung up on this bullshit.
I know,
No
right?
kidding.
6 months to live,
stupid.
and this
Yeah.
is what I'm worried about.
Yeah, he's still-
Karate!
Yeah, karate.
Go on your yacht and just travel, dude. Just go
So
whatever.
Dumb. Oh, no, wait.
Legacy.
Time
It's
out.
his legacy. A
We forgot-
multi-million-dollar.
We forgot to talk about how Cobra Kai won the tournament.
Yeah.
No, when Johnny
Johnny.
fought.
Who thought he was going to do a crane kick?
I
I
did.
did.
I absolutely
I
thought he
did.
did
Yeah,
a crank kick. that fool.
absolutely.
But what
thought
did he
would
do?
too.
He did sweep the leg.
Yeah.
That's right. But I thought he was. But in reality, Johnny would have got his ass whooped because he's so slow. He's just. He's
Oh, that was funny, man. Well, like in the Miyagi scene when he was fighting those ninjas,
Uh-huh.
he was moving super slow and he
Oh
was
my
just blocking everything. It's almost as if the stuntmen had to slow their moves down just to catch up to Machio.
How about when Macho finally found out the whole pearl necklace thing? He was
I know.
so.
It was so dumb.
Finally, it all pays off. I wasted all my time.
And as the viewer is sitting there screaming at the screen, no one cares.
I know.
He was a 70-year-old man when you met him. He lived a life. Get the fuck over it, you baby.
Fucking Ralph. I call him Ralph. I just
When he was in that scene and Mr. Miyagi, he was kind of crying. Mr. Miyagi kind of yelling at him. You didn't tell me. All I kept thinking of Mr. Miyagi saying to him, Daniel, I know tell you everything. None of your
Exactly.
business.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Yeah, I give you car collection. Shut mouth. Like,
I gave you my house.
yeah, I give you my dojo. What the fuck else you want?
You not know trapdoor under the bed?
Yeah.
Had house for years.
Yeah, yeah. Didn't Chosen find it? No, Chosen didn't find it.
It was in Chosen's room.
It was in Chosen's room.
because he needed to move the
Yeah,
bed.
and all of a
For some
sudden, yeah,
reason.
that's right. No, that's right. They moved the bed. Then they found it after 50 years or whatever long it's been. Like, so stupid. Oh my
This
god.
is what happens when you're rich and you hire a cleaning lady. You never
guess.
sweep under the bed.
Uh-huh,
you
right.
never find out. There's a
Consuelo
whole
walked in the
section.
house one day. Oh, Mr. Daniel, I found. No, it's good. Don't worry about it. We're good.
We're good.
No, we're good. You put the bed back? My friend's coming over from Korea or whatever. No,
Japan.
Like, you
Japan.
fucker. I've been
Wherever.
cleaning this fucking room for 10 years. You don't
Right.
know
Even
about
better
the
if they found like a
goddamn...
skull with like a ninja star stuck in it or something.
right. Whole new story comes about. Whole new.
Oh,
story.
you know what would have been better if it was like a skull with like chopsticks jabbed in the eye because that guy caught the fly and Mr. Miyagi couldn't. So he's like, oh, this guy.
Oh, they stabbed him in the eye.
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
chopsticks.
A piece of red hair. Chuck Norris. That's just it. Just. Oh well, we all saw Cobra Kai. There you go. So if you need to finish it up, believe me, you'll enjoy it. It's about as stupid as it gets, and it's fun as it gets. So, Cobra Kai on Netflix, finally done.
Daniel says the same line to Johnny as Johnny said to him at the end of part one when he raised the trophy.
What do you tell him?
You're all right. You're all right.
You know, that's another part I did like though was the flashback showing like when Kreese was talking to Johnny, and it's like, and Kreese is like, I did fuck up your life. Literally one moment threw your whole life off when I basically said you were a piece of shit for losing the tournament. I choked you out. And I
Yeah,
thought,
and that's what Johnny. That's how Johnny became the way he was his entire life.
yeah.
He's turned on him.
Yep. So, again, that scene was good too. I just thought, oh, he's gonna forgive Kreese. Fuck that. He better not, and he didn't. He's like, hey, fuck you. I was like, oh, thank God, because
Yeah, but he reached an acceptance of his own, of the situation.
Oh, for sure, he finally understood he needs to grow up, and
Yeah, it only took him 50 years. to figure it
yeah,
out.
but now we know what it was. He got married and he has a kid, so he's like, fuck. I got
How
it.
could he afford like the girls
house?
playing like the violin and the cello?
Oh, I
and
thought the same thing too, but I think he maybe threatened them with his karate. That's what I can
I
think of.
thought that shit was dumb too, though. Like when he was trying to put on a suit, he just puts that T-shirt on with like the tuxedo.
I know.
Oh, come on, dude. I know you're not even. You wouldn't even think. The look on his face was like, yeah, this will do it. But then he's like, yeah, nah, I better put something else on. Like,
They just tried so hard to keep that whole thing going. Where
yeah,
he's
the whole Lost in the '90s thing. going on.
yeah, like
I
he's
like
such
it.
a dork and dummy, and
Like the cooking class where he's stealing people's food and then putting his.
and then he tastes it and it tastes like shit, and he's like, "What the fuck? Like, you stole this food. This guy beside you sucks too." Or the guy's trying to measure his crotch, and he's like, tries
Oh
to
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah.
was funny.
yeah.
I like that.
That was the point, though. It's all so silly. You're like, okay. So, anyway, there you go. All right, what else did everybody watch? Anything else? I know that Laura said she watched the Gabby Petito Three-part
Petito.
Petito, three-part crime
I know how it
documentary.
ends.
Do you though? It was very interesting. The ending was actually very interesting.
Yeah,
With
they
with
both
the
died.
mother, with the note. Uh,
If you followed the story, you saw that. But
Yeah.
I
the
no, I didn't know that part at all.
oh, I did.
Mm-mm.
There
Okay.
were no surprises necessarily, but there was a good amount of footage that I had never seen before. Not the body cam footage of them getting pulled over. I've seen that whole
You're
video.
talking
I mean,
about the like
I've scrubbed it.
the lost footage of like their videos they're recording and shit.
Yeah, all of
Hmm
those, and the body cam footage of the police officers that came to the Petito house and
Oh
the
yeah, that's
reaction,
right.
how
And they
they
wouldn't.
reacted.
Yeah. Yep.
And
Yep. Yep.
then the body cam footage of them talking to the detective in New York, who was like, "This is fucking weird as shit. You need to do something about it." That was a very interesting scene, very
Wait,
enlightening.
did you know about I forgot the fiance's name. Was it Brian? No, I don't know his name. Was
Brian,
it it is
the
Brian.
murderer, yes,
Yeah, yeah. Did you know about the thing he wrote though, like in his journal, whatever, about why he did it? Did you?
yes,
Oh, you knew that. See, I didn't know that part, and I
yeah.
thought, oh, okay, wow.
I didn't follow it as closely as some people that I know, but I was
Yeah.
familiar with all
Oh,
the
okay,
big points.
got it. What'd you think about that though?
Him writing the note?
Yeah, like trying to almost say like
Oh,
she
it's
had an accident, and
complete fucking nonsense.
yeah, because he tried to say like she told him put me out of my misery
Yeah,
because the pain I'm in. I'm like, okay, buddy, sure.
yeah, and you spent. I did not know the stuff about him setting up his alibi after the fact. That was very interesting. How
Yep,
he was
yep.
doing. I think I knew about the fake text messages to her mom,
And the
Gabby's
payment.
mom. I did not know about the payment.
Oh,
I did not know about her, like him texting himself and then him texting back and all that different kind of stuff. I didn't know about that. So, yeah, you're going to say it was an accident, it was a mercy killing, and I didn't immediately go to the police to explain what had happened, or he was saying like I just wanted to get back home and see my family before I off myself for doing such a
mm-hmm,
terrible thing.
mm-hmm.
Then why did you do all that shit with the alibi, you fucking piece of shit?
And not just that too. Get a lawyer right away. Like
And
right away.
and
Like
there's if you did it, yeah, that's the smart thing to do. You should get a lawyer right away. I
no,
just
no, no, it is, but it just makes you guilty right away.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Yeah.
and the parents, people might be confused what we're talking about. You may not know, Gabby Pepito was murdered by her boyfriend, fiance, um, but basically was missing, and then they tried to get information out of the parents and him, and they wouldn't talk. All they said is, "We got a lawyer, we got a lawyer," blah blah blah. Um, and he offs himself. Um, but he says that he killed her because she had an accident and it was a mercy killing.
Yeah.
And so that's the short form. But the parents were such like the mother wrote a note that I will help you bury anybody. I'll help you do anything. I'll help you discard of whatever it is you need me to do. Blah blah. I'm like, yeah, clearly they know what happened.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, did
Oh,
you
they
see?
absolutely know what
Yeah, and
happened.
there's the footage of his sister, Brian's sister.
I felt bad for his sister.
I did too because she was even like, "Oh, I know something went wrong." Like,
Yeah. And she's like, I don't know fucking anything. I wish that I did. I
yeah.
don't know anything about what was going on, but she got absolutely hounded. I mean,
hmm
I'm sure that she's not a perfect person, and I'm sure there's probably problematic stuff for her too, but I do feel bad for her compared to the parents who man, those people. Woo! Uh,
It's
lot
just
of thoughts,
it's
lot of thoughts about that family and
wait, which one? Talking about Brian's family?
Brian's family,
Oh
the
yeah. Yeah, the
laundries.
parents. I mean, come
Yeah,
on.
fucking psychos.
I
And like,
mean,
listen, I understand protecting your child. Something went wrong. He is telling you that he murdered his girlfriend. Yeah, get him a lawyer. That
yeah.
that is
Yeah.
not there's nothing wrong with that. That is how you take care of your children. But knowing whatever it was and not going to the police, not talking to the family when you know that they are suffering and you are just turning a cold shoulder to them is just so atrocious. And if this were I mean, no wonder why he turned out to be a psycho that killed his girlfriend. He clearly had shitty role models, like these people fucking suck and are psychos.
Yeah,
And
it's
I
one of those
just keep
things.
thinking about what I would do
In what sense, though? If that was
as a
your child, you mean?
parent. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no. My take is always gonna be you're. There's a point where you're just another person. That you have to pay for your crime.
No. I mean, no, there's never a point as a parent where your child is just another person. You
For
treat
me,
them as
yes, yeah,
indifferently.
yeah.
But that doesn't mean that you throw them or you protect them at all costs. No, you're like, I'm going to help you. I'm going to get you a lawyer. But you need to go to the police. You need to tell them what happened. You need to take responsibility for your actions because murder is not okay.
No.
And if I were them and my son came home and did this and said that, and maybe he told them a lie, maybe he told them like it was an accident, or
But
you
even if it's an
know
accident, you know what I mean? You
yeah,
should still
no,
tell them
totally,
where the body's at, and
exactly.
like she was a skeleton when they found her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Think
I
about
know.
that.
It's awful. It's just atrocious. If my son wouldn't go to the police, I mean, he is an adult. I can't make him go talk to the police with his lawyer present. I would. I'd be like, "Listen, he's
Yeah,
in
I'll be
my house. He doesn't want
snitching.
to talk to you.
Yeah.
This is what I know." Because
Hmm.
not saying it would just be too much weighing on me, man. That would kill me. I would. Whew, the guilt of that. No way. No way I could keep that.
I wonder what the next Netflix one is going to be because they've already given us like the pretty big headline ones. But there was a good point in that though, where when a white girl
Mm,
gets killed by the boyfriend or she's missing, it's a big national story.
absolutely true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But when it's a person of color, meh.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
yeah, yeah,
just
yeah.
it doesn't get the same amount of press.
No, not
I
even. Not
hi-
attention at all. Yeah.
her father's reaction to that on camera I thought was very good. He said, at first it made me angry. I didn't want to hear that. I didn't want to
Oh, I
hear,
know. I know.
my daughter is only special because of her skin color. He said, but the more I looked into it and the more I read statistics, I totally understand what they were saying there.
Yep, yep,
And I
yep.
think that was a very good response on his part. And the FBI woman that was in charge of the case, I really liked
Yes.
her. And then at the end, when she was talking on that part, and like her voice started breaking, she started like she was gonna cry, and she was like, "My work is important, and
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah,
victims are
yeah, yeah,
important."
yeah,
And I
yeah.
was like, "Yeah, they are. Keep doing God's work, you
Yeah,
beautiful
yeah, yeah.
lesbian."
Yo, yeah, a little more than a lesbian. Yeah. She kicked my ass, I'm pretty sure.
She
Um,
definitely kicked my ass.
yeah. I mean, it would probably be a close fight, but um I'd win because I've watched Cobra Kai and she probably hasn't.
She's too busy fucking solving crimes.
That's why she's wasting her time in life.
What?
The another one, I don't know if you watched it, Apple Cider Vinegar. Did you watch that on Netflix? Oh, that's good.
I did not. I saw the recommendation you guys texted around, and I'm vaguely familiar with the story, and I don't want to watch that until I don't want to watch the fictionalized,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
dramatized
yeah.
version of it before I have a better handle on the
But
real
do you know what it's
case.
about though?
I do. I know
Okay,
the
okay.
the blurry watercolor of the true news story, but I want to hear
Yeah, it's
the
yeah,
real
it's
deets.
somebody basically wants to she wants to be internet famous in a sense. And she fakes having cancer because she sees this other influencer that actually has cancer becoming famous because she's saying if you just juice and do it naturally, you'll cure your cancer. And she's like, okay, I'm gonna basically say I have cancer so I can sell my stuff
And I could
online.
say, look how healthy and cancer free I
Yeah, yeah,
am
yeah, yeah, yeah,
now.
yeah,
Oh
exactly.
God, it's so
And
sickening.
and she created a whole like business out of faking cancer because she saw what this other person was doing. The crazy part is the other person, when she found out she had cancer, the doctor said you have two options. One, cut your arm off because the cancer was in her arm. 2, well, you'll die soon. Which one do you want? And she goes, I've done so much research online. I heard if you
I'm
drink
gonna
enough
start
juices,
juicing. Yeah.
that if you drink this and that and drink that, this, that, it'll go away. And the doctor said, no, 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 no. That stuff doesn't
No,
work.
that's bullshit.
Yeah, it doesn't work. We're doctors. Well, this person online has a PhD from like the mattress firm. That's what? That's the mattress firm? You think she's a lawyer? Well, I don't know. It says firm in the name. No, she sells mattresses. Okay, then I'm gonna start juicing. So anyway, she becomes really popular because she's showing that it's working, right?
Hmm.
Of course, that it's not. It's just yeah. Anyway, if anything, it's hiding because that's what basically happens.
Yeah.
So the other girl does the same thing, and she just rips off everything the other girl's doing. She's literally doing everything, but she's doing it in a bigger scale. She's doing recipes, and everybody's loving it. They're buying it. Da 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 da. Da. And she like, has a book deal ready to go, and then somebody outs her, and
Good.
it
Surprised
falls
it took
apart.
that long.
The other girl, the
Died.
cancer comes back like hardcore, right? Stage 4, like literally, like just overnight. She goes back to the doctor. Okay, chop my arm off now. And they were like,
Too late.
no. They're like, why? Because we did tests. It's not in your arm anymore. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, you guys do anything you can. Like, there's nothing we can do.
Hmm.
So anyway, when she dies, the other girl has the nerve to show up to her funeral.
Of course she
And
does. The other
yeah,
girl, Belle
yeah.
Gibson, clearly has zero shame,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
zero anything, zero
Yeah.
conscience. That is a psychopath. Like they talk about
Hmm.
like, sociopaths and the narcissist and all that kind of stuff. No, that is a psychopath. There is no getting around it.
Yeah, and um, it's funny because they have all the like the real events that happen in the show, because in the show, or say in reality, they didn't know each other at all. But in the show, they act like they're almost like rivals,
Mm.
right? But they didn't know each other at all. But
Wait, so her
um,
showing up to the funeral was a part of the fictionalized,
no,
or
that's
did that
real
really
though. It's
happen?
real. She
That
actually
really
showed up.
happened.
Yeah,
Oh
she
my
showed up
God.
there. Yeah, and the crazy part in the show that's like a true part is she is uh picking up her son from um I don't know if it was like children's hospital, whatever it is. Something the kid has, he needs a checkup. They run into a family that has the kid has leukemia. And she's like, I know what that's like. Oh my God, I've battled cancer. And if you just do this, that, and anyway, in a third, well, the kid ends up falling down and has a seizure due to his condition. He has it
Mhm.
like it's a regular thing. And she's like, "Oh my God, what is that? Oh, he has that. It's because of his cancer. Blah 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 blah. Right? Well, first she offers the family money to help with the cancer treatment that she never gives to them. Right? But
Psychopath.
yeah, but when she's throwing a birthday party for her son, this is when like everything's kind of unraveling on her and the book deal's falling apart. She fakes a seizure at the birthday party where she literally stays on the floor for 45 minutes. That's how dedicated she was to showing that she had cancer. That
Psychopath.
she doesn't stop for 45 minutes. And
Psychopath.
I'm like, holy. Anyway, it's a good show. This person actually is she did get in trouble. She's forced to pay back whatever, whatever. But that's the extent of her trouble. And now she's like, she changed her name and she
Bet she
now
did.
lives in like Ghana or something like that.
Sure, conning the locals there too.
She is actually. Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah, she is. She's actually conning them with religion this time.
Yep. Shocker.
Yep. Yeah.
Psychopath.
Yeah. And if you watch on Hulu, there's one called Scamanda, which is so good. Scamanda is a documentary by ABC News, a real story about a woman that's the exact same thing. She fakes cancer at a mega church and they give her so much money. She makes like 100 grand a month for like 3 years straight because they feel so bad for her. Let me tell you, she went to the lengths of going to the hospital with, I have a tummy ache, to the emergency room. If you've ever been to the emergency room, what happens in the emergency room?
You sit in a waiting room.
Or they put you actually in a gown in a bed for hours, right? You don't see a doctor for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Well, she did that on purpose. So every time she'd go, she'd grab everything she could and stick it onto herself and take pictures of herself. Oh, I got cancer again. Oh, I'm seeing the doctor
So
again.
she would
Oh,
like do content of herself
yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah. She
oh
would do
my
content to put onto her
God.
website so the people from the church would see it and go, "Oh my God, can this happen to Amanda again? I feel so bad for her and her family. And then she'd buy all this medical stuff off of Amazon and do the stuff at home too, to fake like she's in the hospital.
Wow.
And she would get fake scans, all this crazy stuff, like crazy stuff. And it's such a good one on it's like I said, it's on Hulu. You can watch it called Scamanda. True story. I think the last episode comes out this week, but it's 4 parts and it's outrageous. He had celebrities endorsing her, like saying, "Fight for Amanda," like Leanne Rimes, some other famous country star. They had like the church would send her to like VIP NFL football games. They felt so bad for her. Like she just milked the shit out of everybody with her fake cancer. It's
That
wild.
yeah, that is
Wild.
just absolutely
Yeah.
bonkers.
Yeah. Now, I did just get AIDS. Now I'm getting over it. But if you guys want to donate to me getting over it, you guys can donate to the Nerds Talking AIDS Fund. So, and don't ask me how I got it. It's private.
Don't ask me how I cured it.
Yeah, well, that I can't give away. Holy, can you imagine how much money I would make? I don't want to give that part away. Just donate the money. It's crazy. I think people that scam like that are just the worst. I mean,
Yeah, I mean you're taking advantage of people's good nature in that
oh yeah.
scenario, and in Belle Gibson's scenario, she is it literally you're killing people. You're
Yes.
selling them a lie, knowing exactly what is going on, and they're not taking the treatment that they need. You're a murderer.
It's
You're at least at
crazy.
the
Yeah.
very least complicit
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the murder of other people, and yeah, it's just absolute insanity.
It's insanity. And I just feel bad because they're getting this whole sympathy treatment when a person that actually has cancer can't, they're not getting anything. They're not,
Yeah,
they could probably barely cover their bills. And she's over here like, I'm at Disneyland. Thanks for cancer. Like,
yeah, yeah.
you know, so it's
Awful.
just, it is
I
awful.
I don't lie about literally anything. So the concept of living my whole life around a lie and lying
I know a
every
scam.
second,
I
every
know.
time you open
Can
your
you
mouth,
imagine that shit? Yeah.
it's just it blows my mind because I can't
Yeah.
lie about anything.
Yeah. And it's,
I am just on truth mode by default. It takes a massive amount of effort for me to tell even the littlest white lie.
I mean, could you imagine every day,
Yeah.
shave your head today? Okay, when we go to church, remember I'm a little bit sickly,
Yeah.
and if everybody asks, I just finished my last thing of chemo yesterday. Okay, all right, now pack your bags. We're going to Disney World. Like what? Like insane. But anyway, it's good though. It's called Scamanda. Check it out. It's a 4-part documentary on Hulu, and it is. I just these people are the fucking worst. The fucking. I mean, they should literally give them cancer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that seems fair.
It does seem fair. And then go, now try it. Go ahead. Now try your little website and your
They're like,
fundraising.
awesome. Now I can make so much money.
Right? Yeah, I know. I can make more now. Oh, no, she even got Chili's. Yes, the restaurant Chili's. She got the local Chili's. There's 4 of them in the San Jose area to donate 20% of every check to her for like 2 months straight. Think about that shit. How did she pull that shit off? It's insane. It's insane. Insane. But she again, a mega church is where it started, so it's the power of God. So I get it. I see how she turned this into a positive. So there you go.
Uh,
There you go, people. What else did you watch? Anything else before we wrap this up? As Carlos has not come back from baby duties.
I watched Severance.
Oh yes,
Not
Severance.
all five, right? As of we're recording this, five are out.
Yep.
And I am going to have to hold because I have to watch them two at a time because that's how my husband will get them is two at a
What I
time.
just
And
texted Carlos
so I'm waiting with bated breath. It's really good. The season two return, they took a lot of time with it. I'm very engaged. I hope they know where this story is going as the writers. I think they do.
Are you talking about for Severance?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
Have you watched
I'm
season
all
one?
caught up. I'm all caught
Okay.
up. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm all caught up. Yeah.
don't tell me what happened in the last episode.
No, 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 no. But I'm all caught up, and you're right. I'm hoping that it season one ended good, and it
Mm-hmm.
carried over to season two. Like
Mm-hmm.
what's going on? But how do you? I wonder how they end this one. To be
Yeah.
honest.
It
Yeah.
it's I'm like it feels like watching Lost kind of all over again.
Yes, yes, yes.
You know, but it's not network because I have faith that the Lost writers, if they could have done what they wanted to do, they could have carried us home. I remember in
Yeah,
reading
yeah.
interviews with the writers of Lost, they were like, we had a 3-season show. That was
Oh
it
my
was
God.
beginning, middle, and end.
Oh yeah, you
And
yeah,
it
yeah.
hit, and they're like, all right, 7 seasons. And they're like, what?
Yeah, and how do we wrap this up again?
How do we keep this afloat? And
Oh,
how do
yeah,
we land this plane? That
yeah,
was a mixed metaphor.
yeah.
Ships
Oh
and
yeah,
planes. But
yeah,
anyway,
yeah. Upside down, Delta Airlines.
but I think with Severance, I have a hope that Apple TV is, more in tune with the creative process and the writers and will give them the leeway to do what they want to do. So I hope they know what they're doing.
Apple TV has really good shows.
Yeah,
So
exactly. So
yeah, they have a new one called Prime Target. Pretty good. It's about they find like an ancient like tomb or whatever, like religious temple underground in I don't, it's whatever Middle East place you can say.
mhm.
And there's a pattern on the ceiling, but no one can make out what it is. And there's this really smart math kid in like Oxford College or whatever, and he looks at it and right away he starts writing this crazy formula down, like he's Goodwill Hunting, and he's like
Prime
prime numbers.
numbers.
Yep, he's
Yeah.
like prime numbers. He's like, wait a second, this means da 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 da. And the last person that figured this out got murdered.
Mm.
So now he's the prime target.
Seems like
Aye, boom,
It
boom,
seems like something with prime numbers would be like one of the first things to get tried. I've
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
Contact. I would have thought of it.
Ah, yeah, you're smart. You're smart. Pff, well,
I'm not that smart.
how was it always faking you're smart, huh? There you go. Said you never lie. Anyway, Prime Target, Apple TV. Check that one out. I think that's all we got. Anything else? No? Your brain's over there cooking? Nothing?
Yeah, I'm
All right.
fried.
Well, there you go, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to Nerds Talking the podcast. For Laura,
Goodbye.
for Carlos, and I'm Lafayette. Thanks for tuning in to Nerds Talking the podcast. We'll catch you next week.
Let's play a guessing game. Can you tell me his name?
On a good day, he's over 900 feet tall. Got a star on the Walk of Fame, he's seen it all. He's not a god, but he's got the might. Born from the depths in the dead of night. No regular kaiju, from legends he came. In the land of the rising sun, they whisper his name. Godzilla, king of the monsters, he roars. Shaking the earth, breaking down doors. Friend to a moth, rival to a king. A titan of terror, let the sirens sing. Godzilla, protector, destroyer, the same.
You'll never forget the power of his name.
Gojira is his name in Japan. Tanaka, Honda, and Tsuburaya, that's where it began. He's a citizen of a nation that knows the weight of his footsteps wherever he goes. He'll never eat a human, no need to fear. Just don't build a mech, don't bring Geeter near. His friends are Mothra, King Kong too, but his enemies tremble. Mecha Godzilla rode down to Godzilla, king of the monsters, he roars. Shaking the earth, breaking down doors. Friend to a moth, rival to a king. A titan of terror, let the sirens say. Godzilla, protector, destroyer, the same.
You'll never forget the power of his name.
From the depths of the sea, he rises high, lighting up the night with fire in the sky. A force of nature, a legend untold. He's a story in scales with a heart of gold. Fighting for balance, for peace and for rage. He's a star of the screen, stomping every stage. With a roar that echoes through time and space. Godzilla's the king, no one takes his place. Godzilla, king of the monsters, he roars. Shaking the earth, breaking down doors. Friend to a moth, rival to a king. A titan of terror, let the sirens sing. Godzilla, protector, destroyer, the same. You'll never forget the power of his name. So let's play a guessing game. Now you know his name. He's a titan, a legend, 900 feet tall. Godzilla, the king, he's got it all. play a guessing game. Now you know his name. He's the titan of legend, 900 feet tall. Godzilla, the king, he's got it all.